guys, thanks for tuning in. Natalie Rydstrom here. World Cup Qualifiers kicks off right now. We're previewing best picks across Thursday, 31st. There, World Cup Europe qualifying matches with Team Bankroll. We've got Flash, we've got Big Man on Campus, and we've got Martin Green from Need for Tips. We've picked out our best matches, but of course, if any of you guys have any comments or any matches that you do want to include that we do not, please let us know on the comment section below this video or on the side there. Team Bankroll, are you ready to go? Are you excited?
Yeah, it's a bit disappointing to have the Premiership season interrupted after just 3 matches, but this is good to get us through it. This is a good.
Yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it? How are you feeling, Flash? Are you confident? Do you like your selections that you've got for us today?
I've got value. I know I've got value, and I've got quite good reasoning behind the value. I'm very confident with my nap that I'm going to have 2 markets within the same game.
I know you've had that one for quite a while since last week, so I know you're super confident. Have you got winners for us, though? That's the more important thing. It might be value, but are they winning value picks?
They need to be. They need to be. Listen, my 2 bets within 1 game, I'm sure they are winners.
Okay, and Big Man, how are you feeling? You said that this as well as Premier League are your 2 favorite sort of betting markets.
Yeah, this is how I think kind of first time I've ever did soccer at SPR was through qualifiers. I mean, Natalie, anytime we could talk about the great nations of Cyprus and Luxembourg and Andorra, I think it's time we give them their due. I always enjoy talking about them. And there is a lot of value. If you definitely look at these games and just know a little bit about football, I think you can find some value. So like Flash, I think I have some good value and I have some good picks, so we'll get into them.
Great. Well, listen, I'm going to kick off, and this is actually my favorite one. Greece versus Estonia. Greece 1.44, draw 4.2, and Estonia 10. Those odds with 888 Sport. I have a link in the description box below if you want to sign up, get an account, and get these odds. So you've got Greece fighting for a top 2 finish in Group H, 4 points below first place Belgium, 1 point above third place Bosnia-Herzegovina. It is a must-win for them. They have the home advantage. I really like this match. I actually got 3 bets that I really, really like, and we're all on this one. So, Big Man, kick us off. What are the bets for this match?
Yeah, I really like this match as well. And, you look at Greece, this is a game they have to get the job done, and I think get it done convincingly. They've been pretty good in these qualifiers. They're in 2nd place, kind of battling it out with Bosnia, and they have Belgium on deck. So this is a game I think they really need to kind of let loose in. They've only conceded 3 goals in 3 matches in this tournament, and I'm not sure Estonia will be anywhere near have a chance to score. How they scored against Belgium, I'll never know. But they're a sieve defensively. They give up a lot of goals. They've only scored 1 time over the last 5 games. I really like Greece win to 0 here, 1.72. I just don't think Estonia could score. Greece has always been known to be a very good defensive side. I see no reason this is not a 2-0 kind of game. I'll protect myself on 1-0. At 1.72, I think that's the bet. Greece win to 0 against the Estonians.
Yeah. What do you say? You've got that. You're doing Greece -1, did you say, or Greece to win to 0?
I'm doing Greece win to 0 at 1.72.
Oh no, you can get 1.87 at Bet Victor or Boyle Sports on that. That's
okay.
I was going to say I got 1.83.
Yeah, I only have a couple bookmakers from Europe that I look at. So yeah, I mean wherever the best number is, but I'll go win to 0 at any rate.
Yeah. Like that one a lot. Flash team that have only conceded 3 against a team that have scored Estonia just 5 goals so far in the qualifying selection. Flash, are you with us on this one?
Yeah, as you know, I sent my selections through for you yesterday, and I had 1 bet in this game. And Big Man, I'm going with you. It's Greece. I feel like the Eurovision Song Contest here, giving my results. Yeah, Greece to win to 0, and it was 20-23. So for me, I definitely want to be with Greece. Keep a clean sheet, and remember they've got 2 games. So I think it's one of them. Make sure that you do the job in the first one, and then just keep it tight.
There we go. And Martin, over to you.
Well, yeah, it's the pitfalls of speaking third about the same game, because I'm on the exact same bet, and I don't think there's anything I can really add to what everyone else has said. They've conceded just 3 goals in 6 games. Greece always keep it very tight at the back, have done for more than a decade now, and they won 2-0 in the corresponding fixture and should win 2-0 again. So 1.87, have to take that. I'm also just looking at putting them as a straight win, perhaps in a treble with Bosnia and France.
Yeah, I like that. And I'm fourth, Martin. I'm with you. Win to nil. I like win to nil. I got 1.83. I like Greece -1. Why not? You know, if they only win by 1 goal, you get your money back there, 1.72. And why not take a stab? Greece to score over 1.5 goals. They scored 2-0 on the road. At home, they should be able to manage at least a 2-0. But maybe Flash is right. They're going to keep it tight. But at least Greece -1 and Greece to win to nil. Both picks I love. You do have a question here. You've answered it, but it's from Burns. Hey, big man, do you find that heavy favorites actually come through in soccer, unlike baseball?
Yeah, I mean, again, baseball's a long season, 162 games. You're definitely going to find, there's a lot more variables in baseball than there are in soccer. So, yeah, I mean, normally the teams that are really good in football usually win. So, yeah, I don't think it's much of a comparison, really. But, again, I don't normally lay anything over 160. So, I don't really ever get involved anyway. I'm going to look to lay Asian handicap or something like that, similar to in baseball, laying the run line. So, yeah, there's some differences, clearly, sure.
Yeah, you do. Although, tell you what, that Tottenham draw to Burnley was a bit strange. Okay, Cyprus versus Bosnia-Herzegovina from Group H. Bosnia-Herzegovina 1.53, draw for Cyprus 7. I do think it's slightly low there for Bosnia-Herzegovina on the road, but they are rightful favourites. Obviously, Bosnia-Herzegovina won. The last match was on their turf. That was 2-0. But Cyprus are a bit hit or miss and have not really proven anything, really, apart from against Gibraltar. They've got the home advantage, but that hasn't meant anything as yet. Martin, we'll start with you.
Oh, thank you very much. Hopefully we're all going for the same one again and I can just say everything now. Yeah, this should be a good win for Bosnia-Herzegovina here, I think. This is a side blessed with players like Edin Dzeko and Miralem Pjanic, some of the best players in Serie A. And they should make short work of what is a pretty limited Cyprus defence. Bosnia beat them 2-0 at home earlier in qualifying. They're 4 points ahead of them in the table, and they're 64 places ahead of them in the world ranking. So I think this should be a bit of a mismatch. And you can get Bosnia -1 Asian handicap is 23 to 25, which is a very good price. That's 1.92 at Bet365. Looks a great bet to me, so I'm on that as well. And I'm just putting them in my treble with France and Greece.
Absolutely. I think we're reading each other's emails. I'm going for Bosnia-Herzegovina for an ACCA and Bosnia-Herzegovina -1. I found 1.89 earlier. So shop around for your odds, guys. We've got SBR odds. There's also other odds comparison sites as well. Get the most bang for your buck. Big Man and Flash, you didn't put your names down for this one. Do you like? Are there any leans for this match? Or are you staying clear?
I don't really have an opinion. I will say this. Cyprus seems to hang around in games. This is in Nicosia, so Bosnia does have to travel. But Martin makes good points about some of the star-studded players they have. I'm just not ready to think that Cyprus is on the same level as some of these other really poor teams that kind of take a page out of Greece's book and kind of try to defend. I just didn't really have much of a feel for the game, and I just think there are better options out there. And the price, I don't really want to lay goals with Bosnia-Herzegovina. I know they're decent, but I'm just not sure that Cyprus gets crushed in it.
Yeah, I did. Cyprus conceded against Gibraltar, and I think that it's the only 3 goals that they've scored in that group. I don't know. I don't hold much thought for.
I just thought there were better options.
Cyprus. What do you think, Flash?
Yeah, I think Bosnia are really strong. They're not in any of my selections because obviously I tried to narrow it down. I certainly don't see any reason why you wouldn't put them in a treble or a 4-timer. I think they're obviously the favourites. I do like them. They only know one way to play, and that's on the front foot. And they've got goals in them, but they're not a selection that I've actually gone for. But I wouldn't oppose them either.
Yeah. All right, Belgium versus Gibraltar from Group H. Only Big Man has found some value here. For me, I think it's a very hard match to cap. Gibraltar obviously managed that goal against Cyprus, but whether they can score, unlikely. The question is how many goals can Belgium score? They scored 6 on the road, and now they welcome Gibraltar to their stadium, their turf. Big Man, what are you going for? Where did you find value?
Well, you definitely have to look far into the narrows of bookmakers, Natalie, to find value on games like this. And I like Martin's always a breakdown of Gibraltar. It's full of policemen and dentists and all sorts of great professionals that we deal with. And, they're one of the worst football clubs in the world. But, Belgium, I definitely think will pretty much be looking ahead in this game. They have a big game on deck with Greece, a game that I think they're going to struggle. It is on the road as well. They're going to travel into Greece for that game. I do think in the second half, maybe they'll give some of their players, their really good players, a little bit of a rest. Who even plays in this game? I know when Germany played, I think San Marino last time, they rested pretty much everyone. Could see a similar situation here. I'm going to go with half with the most goals, the first half at plus 187 on the American line. I could see a goal given up in the first 10 minutes, Natalie, at even money. If you look at the last 5 matches for Gibraltar, they've conceded within 10 minutes 3 different times. I could definitely see a lot of goals in the first half, and they maybe take their foot off the gas here. I also consider Belgium in the under 7.5 at 1.72. It's just a little bit too low of a price, so I'll go with half with the most goals in the first half at a nice plus 187 price.
Do you know what? I have to say, big man, congratulations. That's actually quite a good. I didn't think about that. That's actually a really, really good way to play it. Just to let you know, 32,488 people currently reside in Gibraltar. It's a rock, and people live sort of in and around. My dad's actually got an apartment there. It was right by. We used to live in Spain, just across. It is tiny. They've got They've got
people, isn't there?
There's most of the people, and they've got a street which is called Main Street, which obviously is the main street.
Natalie,
that's how small.
I'm pretty much obsessed with Europe. I think it's amazing. I really want to go there. And this is one place I'd love to retire to. I think it looks beautiful. And yeah, it's tough to find value, but there could be a goal early in this game. I think there's some value. Yeah.
Really? Oh, I don't know. It's very close. You've got to cross the border each day if you want to get over to Spain, and there's always like problems between like Spain and Gibraltar. No, retire to Spain, way better, and then you can go and visit Gibraltar for the day. You, Flash or Martin, what are your thoughts? What do you think? What do you think of Big Man's bet actually?
Yeah. I think it looks interesting. Yeah, these cannot always go 2 ways. They can score a load in the first half and then take their foot off the pedal in the second, or you'll see the policemen and the dentists of Gibraltar defending like crazy for the first bit and then tire themselves out and fall apart and concede a bunch of goals in the second half. So, but yeah, I think it sounds like a good one because, like Big Man says, they're playing Greece next time up, and they probably will want to relax a bit in the second half and preserve some energy. So once they get to that heavy scoreline, which we all believe they'll rack up, then they might stop trying. That was why I was a bit unsure about the Asian handicap. You could only get -6 with 888 Sport, and still that's only offering 1 to 2. 1.50. So at those sort of odds, it's a bit risky because Belgium could get to 5-0 up and then just stop bothering and just see it out. To get any value on you can get European handicap. You can go Belgium -7, and then you get, like 2.38. But that means with European handicap, that means Belgium have to win 8-0, which might be pushing it a bit.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Gibraltar, Flash?
No, I haven't. It's just another part of England, isn't it? It's not even going abroad.
Like a little I know exactly. It's like a little mini England.
Exactly.
It's great if you live in Spain. I think they've got like a Safeway there.
It sounds perfect to me because I love England and I think it's kind of beachy. So it sounds perfect.
It's better weather. It's better weather.
England in the sun. You can spend pounds there and everything and get pints.
I'm not too sure it's got a beach though. Is it Gibraltar?
Not quite. It's got like a dock. It's got a dock. I think on the other side of the rock it does. And then if you just come out, you get into La Linea. It's called, and then there is all the beaches. But it's got a dock.
Yeah, it's called a sand pit.
Yeah,
got a sand pit.
A little bit.
Where the kids play. That's what they've got.
Well, Flash, I don't know if you've been to New Jersey, but it's not much different, I'm sure. New Jersey's similar, so I think I'll be fine.
Staten Island.
Right.
All right. Now we are moving over.
Okay, so
we're moving to Hungary. Oh, sorry, go on, Flash.
Oh, okay. You know what my thoughts on the Belgian game?
If you must.
No, I've got nothing.
Exactly. I said it just big man there is being brave. But I tell you what, you do have thoughts on Flash ×2. Hungary versus Latvia. Group B, Hungary 1.33, draw 4.5, Latvia 11. Those odds with 888 sport. Flash, you've got 2 bets for this match, which I'm quite surprised on, because this is a pass for me, and no one else has got any bets from Martin and Big Man, but you have 2.
Yeah, well, I've actually got it down to just the one. I was going to be brave and go with Latvia plus 2.25. But then I thought, with the way that Hungary are, I've got to go with them. But I think the safest way is to go under 2.5 goals. Again, Hungary have got one eye on their second game this week. It's against Switzerland, which will really be a massive game towards whether they're going to be able to close the gap on qualification and also maybe cement that playoff place. So for me, I look at this game. They've already won 2-0 in Latvia. I see probably the same score again. And with that 2-0, that does bring in, obviously, Latvia plus 2.25, but it also under 2.5. I don't see Latvia scoring, so I'm just going to go with Hungary under 2.5.
Yeah, I was a bit nervous just against. I think Hungary have scored conceded just over a goal a game. I think that Latvia goal is a sort of like a hit or miss, so to speak. But confident for the under 2.5 goals there.
Yeah, for the game, just basically for the game, Hungary under 2.5. That'll do me.
All right. What was the other one then you were leaning on that you're not confident enough to go for?
Well, basically, it would have been Latvia plus 2.25, which obviously brings in getting done both ends, because if Hungary go and win 3-0, then I get done with the over 2.5, and I get done with Latvia getting their handicap. So I was better off just sticking to the one, and I went for under 2.5.
All right. Now to the most popular match here, everyone's talking about over on the chat, France versus Netherlands, Group A. A lot of money going on France. I think the line opened about 1.7, 1.8, if I'm not mistaken. It's now 1.62 for France, draw 3.8, Netherlands 6.5, odds 88 sport. Second and third in Group A. Amazing price, though, I think. Still, I think, for France, 1.62. You can play, obviously, the straight win, still enough value. Maybe take it down to a Asian handicap, something like that. Flash, we'll start with you this time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been waiting for this for the best part of 10 days when the markets came out. Apart from Germany, I see France as the number. These are number 1 and number 2 with Germany for European sides. A real force. I mean, they've got players in abundance. They could maybe play 3 different outfield 10s. So Holland have gone. Holland are talking about bringing back Robin van Persie. I mean, what is going on with them? I see France absolutely smashing these, and I'm going to do France quite heavy in a single. I'm also going to do a -1, and I may even do a quarter stake with -2. So I really see France putting these to the sword, and really have a statement of intent to the other major sides in Europe.
Okay, so you're going there for the France -1.
Yeah, France will definitely be in a treble. France will be in a single, and France -1.
Is that not on Asian handicap or European?
No, that'll be on the English, because I'll just I get a better price, because obviously if they only win by 1, I lose.
So that would be -1.5 Asian handicap.
Yeah, -1.5. Well, it's because if you just do -1, that's 2.04 on the Asian handicap. So if they only win by 1 goal, you get your money back, and that's still doubling your money. Just as a thought. Just as a thought. All right, Big Man, what have you got?
Yeah, I agree with Flash. I think this is a game that they're going to definitely try to make a statement to the world. They're off of a horrible loss to Sweden. I mean, one of the real tough losses if you had a team. I mean, the way they conceded late in that game against the Swedes was brutal. I will say this. I think the Dutch will score. I think they have the ability to score. We know they have some high-quality players, Arjen Robben and, Schneider and Wijnaldum. They have plenty of decent players. They do struggle, though, to concede. They're giving up goals. Good attacking side here. One of the better attacking sides in the world in France. I'm actually going to go with France and the over 2.5 combined. You can actually get a really nice price on that. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 3-1 kind of game. I'll go France and over at 2.6 on that.
Yeah, France are scoring a lot of goals, especially on their turf. Obviously, the reverse was 1-0 to France at Netherlands. So it'll be interesting to see if Netherlands can score away. Do you think they can score away there, Martin?
Who, France?
Yeah, Netherlands.
Not necessarily, no. I think France will win this one comfortably. The one you just mentioned, actually, was my best bet of the last international round of fixtures. I remember I'd just come back from Sweden and I gave Sweden a plus handicap against France and ended up beating them, which has surprised everybody. I agree with Flash. I think France are looking like among the favourites to win the World Cup next summer. The bookmakers are quite split over it. Some have France as 6-1 second favourites. But others, like our good friends at 888 Sport, are offering 11-1 on France. They make them the 5th favourites, which I just think is a fantastic price. They've now got the 2nd and 3rd most expensive players in the world, in Dembele and Pogba. And I mean, going forwards, they've got Griezmann, they've got Kylian Mbappe. They've just got a wealth of talent going forwards. They've got N'Golo Kante keeping things tight in midfield. Varane, Hugo Lloris, it's just a phenomenal side. And yeah, totally agree that Netherlands are a bit of a spent force. They're not the team they once were. They failed to qualify for Euro 2016. I think they're going to fail to qualify for this World Cup as well. France are by far the better team, and they need to buck their ideas up because they're still behind Sweden in this group, and they need to leapfrog them and qualify automatically. So I just think it looks like an absolutely fantastic bet. France -1, Asian handicap, 53-50, so that's 2.06. I mean, yeah, if France win by a single goal, you get your money back. I think they can win this one by 2 clear goals. I think Holland might score, but I still think France can win 3-1, 4-1, something like that. So, yeah, I'm going big on France too here.
Yeah, totally with you there, Martin. Comment from Dalo for Netherlands bringing back Van Persie back into the squad tells you how much they are struggling. I think France wins this and comfortably. 1.62, great as a single bet in an ACA, and France -1 as well, 2.0.
I'm curious, Natalie. I'm curious that I'm curious, that the guys aren't liking France in the over 2.5. I mean, really a great price. I mean, I don't think there's any concern that France won't win this game. Do we really see it 1 or 2-0? I'm surprised that the rest of the panel isn't like that.
I'm just worried that Netherlands don't score and it's a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, that was the one.
It's that Netherlands goal. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm not playing it.
Sure.
What about you guys?
Yeah,
I'm just not being greedy. I just think that they'll win by 2 clear goals. So just do the -1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just stands out as a really good bet for me. So once I saw that price, I kind of stopped poking around, really.
Yeah, I does the same with me, Martin, as well. I was like, great price, great bet, sticking with that one. Okay, next, Bulgaria versus Sweden. Sweden 1.8, draw 3.5, Bulgaria 5. I personally think that 1.8 there for the Sweden win, top of the group, obviously recently beat France. I think it is an excellent price. Who is on this match? Big man.
Yeah, I really like your points there, Natalie. I think you look at Sweden coming in with a very good mindset in this game. I think they're obviously extremely lucky to win that game against France the way they did. They traveled to Bulgaria into Sofia 5 days ahead of time, so they're definitely used to the area. And if you look at Bulgaria right now, a ton of disarray with this team, a lot of inexperience, a lot of, again, due to a poor national league, they don't have a particularly good amount of money. It's hard to kind of support this team, and that kind of shows in their financial issues with their national team. They're just not very good. They struggle to defend. Sweden's never lost to Bulgaria in 13 matches, and they've been on a scoring streak lately, 10 goals over their last 4 games. I really like this Sweden side. I'm going to go with them here. I'm going to go with I can get -0.5 goal on the Asian handicap at 1.81. I'm going to go with that here.
Yeah, straight Sweden win for me. They won the reverse 3-0. No, Flash, you've got a bet for this match.
Yeah, I have, and I thought that this would be a really, really tough game. I thought that Sweden would go into it making sure that they would get something out of it. I mean, I'm really surprised the amount of goals that they've actually they've scored so far, because I thought that they notoriously boring really since Ibrahimovic and that's gone. They've scraped through. I can see this being a 0-0, a 1-0. So basically, I've gone with Bulgaria being the home side at plus 1.25, around about I think it's like 1.91. So for me, I've took Bulgaria plus 1.25.
Oh, you think if this is going to be close? Another way you could play your bets, if you think that only one team or no teams are going to score, both teams to score no, could be a way to go.
Yeah, but again, I mean, I can bring in the 1-1 draw. So, I mean, I'm just happy with, even if Bulgaria get beat 1-0, I've got 1.25. So,
yeah, but I mean, Flash, don't you think it's more likely that Sweden will win the game as opposed to Bulgaria losing? I mean, don't you want to bet on the better team a lot of times?
no,
Yeah,
because,
1.8.
because I personally think that Sweden will be happy with a draw. Whenever you go away from home in Europe and you get a draw, they've already had the bonus of beating France.
Right.
So for them, they're already like 2 points in front. So I'm looking at the game thinking this could easily be a 0-0, and they come out of there and they go, well, I tell you what, next game.
Bulgaria's, I mean, struggled to defend. I hear you, Flash. I'm just looking at it from just a mindset right now. I mean, Bulgaria's in real disarray. I mean, this team, I know they beat the Netherlands a while ago. We all know they lost to Belarus last time out. I hear you. I mean, you might be right, but
yeah, I have to say, Flash, of all your bets, that would probably be the one that I would be the most nervous about, just because I think actually Sweden do want all 3 points. I don't think they'll be happy with a draw, and being 2 points ahead of France is not enough. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think you just put too much confidence in Sweden and the result that they got against France.
Well, and the fact that they've only lost once.
Yeah, and I mean,
and they're the top of the group.
You asked for my opinion, I give it to you, then you aim fire.
Well, you know, we ask, but yeah.
Bulgaria getting 1.25. I think that's where the value lies in this game.
Okay. What do you? Well, Martin, you don't have a tip for this match. What are your thoughts on the way that we're playing it?
I don't really have too many thoughts on this game, to be honest. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I think Sweden have played very well so far, but I think the bubble has to burst at some point. So I'm just a bit nervous about backing them again. Yeah, I think I'm just concentrating on other games this time around.
I mean, but what's the price on 1.25? I mean, what is the price on that?
Yeah, someone just asked that.
Like 1 to 3, no?
What's the price, Flash? Not at your bookie.
No.
Yeah, ones that we can bet at.
Yeah, Bulgaria plus 1.25 was 20 to 23. So what's that? About 1.87?
1.87.
Yeah, 1.87.
I need your bookie, Flash. Where's your bookie? Tell me.
That's with Boyle's
very own. Just he banks at it. We do have somebody though. Armin says Flash always on crazy bets. So there we go. Just to fill you with confidence with your bet. But yeah, that's your bet that you're going for, and you can have the last laugh. That's always the fun part if that comes in.
I don't gloat.
Yes, you do. Okay. All right. Finally, actually, I know, Big Man, you do have a lean. It's the game that we have not discussed. It's Switzerland versus Andorra.
Yeah, I would have been.
This was a match that you liked.
Yeah, I would have been totally fine with discussing this one. I think Switzerland, the under 4.5 goals is in order here. This Switzerland team has really struggled to score. I mean, they're not that usual up-tempo, really making it easy on themselves. They've had some tough matches, to be brutally honest with you. They've, struggled to beat Latvia. They've kind of really had a tough time with it. And I think in a game like this, Andorra is a team that hadn't won a game competitively in the world since 2004. They've won 2 in a row. They're having a little bit of confidence. They defend pretty well for the most part. I think, look, this is going to be a sizable win for Switzerland, I would imagine. But, again, I don't know that they're going to score 5 goals in this game. I'll go Switzerland and the under 4.5 goals, 1.90. I think Andorra will at least, if they can, defend. I don't know if they're going to score. They probably won't. But they have some confidence right now. They just beat Hungary, which is a huge win. I think they're brimming right now. I'll go 3 or 4-0. I think we're going to be good with that half a goal. 1.9 on that.
Yeah. I'm just looking, actually, Bulgaria plus 1.25 is 1.41. That's very low odds, Flash.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that elsewhere.
Yeah, you saw that elsewhere.
Yeah, no, I see that with oil, and that was 20 to 23. I'm pretty sure.
When did you see that one?
Yesterday when I sent it over to you.
Did you?
Maybe everyone's steamed on it.
All right. Well, right now it stands at 1.41, Flash.
Well, that's not value then, is it?
Not much, is it? I thought you said you had value bets today, Flash.
Yeah, well, it was value yesterday when I sent it over.
1.44, yeah. No.
1.44 is no fun.
I got a comment from Minty Soul saying, "What are the odds on Xhaka to get a red card?" That's probably going to happen. I think my one prediction for that Switzerland game is that Granit Xhaka gives the ball away and the opposition scores, because that is all he knows how to do it.
Plus, Shaqiri's injured, so I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be as. They haven't been scoring a ton of goals. Natalie, we're not talking Faroe Islands and Portugal, or no?
I've got a one for that I've since found actually that I thought was quite interesting. After looking at the Gibraltar-Belgium game, where the line is at -7, you can get odds of 1.75 on Portugal -3.5 Asian handicap.
Yeah.
That looks interesting. Portugal beat the Faroe Islands 6-0 away, so you'd fancy them to win by at least 4 goals at home, especially with Ronaldo's going to be playing. He's been suspended for Real Madrid, so he hasn't been able to get out there and show everyone what he can do. So he's going to be full of hellfire to rain down upon this pretty poor Faroe Islands defence. That looks an interesting bet to me.
I considered -1.5 in the first half at 1.73. I mean, Faroe Islands are getting better. I think it's a tough place to go and play, but like Martin said, 6-0. I mean, they're light years better than the Faroe Islands. Yeah, I think both are good bets.
Yeah, I also quite like 3.25 on a Ronaldo hat trick.
Ooh. Okay, they're I get a bit nervous about those ones, but he does score hat tricks, so could be some value in that. Listen, before we end, anybody got a banker, a nap, or a double or treble that they're looking at? Flash, I know what your nap is.
His nap is
France all the way.
Yeah,
and I tell you what I'm going to do after the chat tonight. I'm going to do France. I'm going to do France -1, and I'm going to do France and over 2.5.
Okay, you're going for that over 2.5 goals. You don't want to stick your Bulgaria plus 1.25 in there.
And why are you always facetious with me? I might not even do Bulgaria at 1.25 if it's 1.41.
He can't do that one. That's
well, that's what this show's about. It's about, you can chat your bets out and then see what the team says, and then maybe they persuade you not to take it.
But the thing is, though, Nat, when I gave it to you, it was 20 to 23. So we've been sending around my email, and everyone's steamed on nick my price.
Natalie's put her mortgage on that bet.
Yeah, exactly. It was me, Flash.
You don't even know what a mortgage is.
All right, big man. Your favorite bet, your banker,
yes,
your double. What do you like?
Yeah, I'm going to go Greece win to nil as my banker. Acker, I'll go France, Greece, and Sweden. I also want to agree with our friend on the chat who always gets really good information, Dale 4. I actually bet Egypt as well tomorrow at 2.30 to beat Uganda. This team has been winning a ton of games lately. Mohamed Salah is the native son. We know he's done great with Liverpool and with several other really good European teams. I like the form right now for Egypt in that the African qualifiers. I think they're a team that will get the job done here, continue their winning form. 2.3, a pretty good price. But in Europe, I'll go Greece win to nil as my banker. Greece win to nil. Okay, Martin, what have you got?
Oh, it has to be France -1 Asian handicap for me, 2.06. I'd be massive. I think it would be a massive upset if Holland got a result out of this game. I think it's good. Hopefully the worst that would happen is France win by 1 clear goal and I get my money back. But I can see them winning this one comfortably. So that has to be my banker. I also do really like a treble: France, Bosnia, and Greece.
Yeah, that's my treble actually. Greece, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and France is my treble, and then as my my favorite bet, Greece -1, 1.72. Like that a lot. There we go. Wraps things up. We'll be back same time tomorrow. So it's 3 p.m. Eastern time. Where we'll be covering Friday's matches and so on. It'll be every day 3 p.m. Eastern time through till Sunday, covering every match World Cup qualifiers Europe. So stay tuned, tune in, leave us comments, and I'll see you soon. Best of luck, guys, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.